If you are currently looking at your bank account and feeling a pit in your stomach, listen to me very closely. Being broke is not a permanent condition. It is a temporary state of mind caused by breaking the fundamental laws of money. Most people think wealth is about luck, or connections, or cheating the system. They are wrong. Wealth is a result of cause and effect. I spent my early 20s confused, frustrated, and angry. I was working hard, sweating, grinding, but I had absolutely nothing to show for it. I was digging a hole instead of building a mountain. That all changed when I discovered the teachings of Brian Tracy. He didn't just give me advice, he handed me the combination lock to the vault. Today, I am going to share with you the 7 specific rules that I applied religiously. These rules took me from being deeply in debt, living in a small rented room, to becoming a self-made millionaire before my 30th birthday. This is not theory. This is the exact blueprint. Put your phone away, close the other tabs, and focus. This video could be the turning point you have been praying for. Rule number 1, the law of cause and effect. This is the iron law of the universe. Brian Tracy teaches that for every effect in your life, there is a specific cause. Success is not an accident. Failure is not an accident. When I was broke, I thought successful people were just lucky. I thought the universe had picked favorites and I wasn't one of them. That mindset kept me poor. Brian Tracy slapped me awake with this truth: if you do what other successful people do, over and over again, nothing can stop you from getting the same results. And if you don't, nothing can help you. It is like a recipe. If you have a recipe for a perfect chocolate cake, and you follow it exactly, same ingredients, same temperature, same timing, you will get the cake. It doesn't matter if you are tall, short, black, white, male, or female. The recipe doesn't care. Nature is neutral. So, I stopped trying to reinvent the wheel. I stopped trying to find shortcuts. I looked at the people who had the money I wanted, and I simply copied their daily habits. If they read sales books, I read sales books. If they woke up at 5 a.m., I woke up at 5 a.m. Stop guessing. Find a blueprint and execute it without deviation. Rule number 2, the 3% formula. This rule is painful for many people because it requires sacrifice. Brian teaches that to guarantee your future, you must invest 3% of your income back into yourself. Most people spend their money on things that depreciate: clothes, cars, dinners, gadgets. They feed their ego, but they starve their mind. When I was making barely enough to survive, taking 3% of my money felt impossible. I needed that money for food. But I did it anyway. I took $50 here, $100 there, and I bought courses. I bought books. I bought audio programs. My friends were out at the bar on Friday nights, spending $50 on drinks that they would pee out an hour later. I was at home, spending $50 on a negotiation seminar. 2 months later, that seminar helped me close a deal that paid for my entire year's rent. The return on investment on yourself is infinite. You are the asset. If you are not upgrading your own software, you are becoming obsolete. Ask yourself right now, how much money have you spent on your own education in the last 90 days? If the answer is 0, that is why you are stuck. Rule number 3, eat that frog. This is perhaps the most famous productivity rule in the world, but most people still get it wrong. The rule is simple: if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you can go through the day with the satisfaction of knowing that that is probably the worst thing that is going to happen to you all day long. Your frog is your biggest, most important task, the one you are most likely to procrastinate on if you don't do something about it. I used to be a professional procrastinator. I would wake up and check emails. Then I would organize my desk. Then I would get a second cup of coffee. By the time I actually started working, it was 11 a.m. and my brain was already tired. I was busy, but I wasn't productive. Brian Tracy taught me to attack the biggest revenue-generating task immediately. Before checking the phone. Before talking to anyone. Once I started tackling my hardest task at 8 a.m., my income didn't just grow, it doubled in 3 months. Why? Because I was spending my best energy on my biggest opportunities. What is the ugly frog staring at you right now? Eat it. Rule number 4, clear written goals. You have heard this before, but are you doing it? Brian Tracy is famous for saying, "A goal that is not in writing is merely a wish." I used to carry goals in my head. I would say, "I want to be rich," or "I want a nice car." That is garbage. That is not a goal, that is a fantasy. A goal must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And it must be written down. The mechanics of writing something down creates a neural pathway in your brain. It programs your reticular activating system to start seeing opportunities. The moment I took a piece of paper and wrote, "I will earn $10,000 a month by December 31st, the world changed. Suddenly, I started seeing ways to make money that were right in front of me the whole time. If you can't show me your written goals right now, you don't have any. You are just drifting. And ships that drift usually crash. Rule number 5, the 40+ formula. This is the rule that separates the workers from the winners. Brian says that in every job, you work 40 hours a week for survival. Everything over 40 hours is for success. If you work 40 hours, you will survive. You will pay the bills. You will have a mediocre life. But you will never get ahead. Every hour you put in over 40 is an investment in your future. I remember looking at my coworkers. They watched the clock. At 4:59 p.m., they were packing their bags. At 5 p.m., they were out the door. They were quiet quitting before that was even a term. I decided to stay 1 hour later. Just 1 hour. In that quiet hour, when the office was empty, I learned the skills my boss didn't even know I needed. I prepared for the next day. I organized my life. That extra 5 to 10 hours a week adds up to 500 hours a year. That is 12 full work weeks of extra productivity. Who do you think got the promotion? Who do you think got the raise? The 40+ formula is the cheat code to overtaking your competition. Rule number 6, continuous action. Brian Tracy says, the key to success is action. It sounds simple, but it is the hardest thing to do. We live in a world of analysis paralysis. People research, they plan, they strategize, they dream. But they never pull the trigger. They are terrified of making a mistake. I realized that a mediocre plan executed violently today is better than a perfect plan executed next week. I decided to adopt a bias for action. If I had an idea for a business, I launched it. If I had an idea for a sales call, I dialed the number. Did I fail? Absolutely. I failed constantly. But I learned faster than anyone else. You cannot steer a parked car. You have to get moving. Fear disappears when you are in motion. Action creates courage. Inaction creates terror. Stop thinking and start doing. Rule number 7, persistence is self-discipline in action. This is the glue that holds it all together. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. There will be days when you want to quit. I had days where I had $12 in my bank account, a stack of overdue bills, and rejection letters piling up. I felt physically sick with stress. But Brian Tracy taught me that persistence is the true measure of your belief in yourself. It is the test. Life will test you to see how badly you want it. If you stop, you guarantee failure. It becomes 100% certain. But if you keep going, success is just a matter of probabilities. It's a numbers game. You just have to stay at the table long enough to win. Let's recap these 7 rules because repetition is the mother of learning. 1. Cause and effect. Success is a recipe, not magic. Follow the recipe. 2. Invest 3% in yourself, you are the asset. Feed your mind. 3. Eat that frog, do the hard stuff first thing in the morning. 4. Write your goals down, wishes don't come true, plans do. 5. Work more than 40 hours, the extra mile is where the wealth is found. 6. Continuous action, stop thinking, start doing. Move fast. 7. Persistence, never, ever give up, no matter how hard it gets. Listen to me. Knowing these rules won't make you rich. Living them will. Most people will watch this video, get a momentary hit of motivation, and then go back to their old habits. they will go back to scrolling, complaining, and drifting. Do not be like them. I didn't become a millionaire because I am smarter than you. I became one because I refused to compromise on these 7 principles. The gap between where you are right now and where you want to be is filled with the actions you are afraid to take. If this video sparked something in you, if you are ready to stop drifting and start dominating, smash that like button right now. It tells YouTube you are serious about success. I want you to make a commitment. Comment the word millionaire below. By typing it, you are making a public declaration to yourself. I'll send you a free PDF checklist of these 7 rules so you can stick it on your wall and look at it every single day. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell because tomorrow, I'm dropping more fire that your future self will thank you for. We are just getting started.